Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with episode 3 of the F1 1998 Ultimate Career Mode. This weekend we return to the Malaysian Grand Prix. Now some of you might instantly be asking me, Matt, I thought Malaysia dropped off the calendar in 2017. How on earth have you got this track inside the game? Well, Geki, he knows his stuff. And he's managed to bring it back here inside F1 2020. As always, there will be a link to the mod down in the description below. I've had a few questions about it on the first couple of episodes. Yes, it is a paid mod. You do have to purchase it. But I think, honestly, for the time and effort that have been put in, it is absolutely worth it there. Taking a look at the championship standings, David Coulthard leads the way ahead of Eddie Irvine after the opening couple of races there. Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen tied on 25 points apiece after each taking a win in the first two races. We are down in P16 with 2 points to our name. Yeah, kind of weird. We've scored points in both Grand Prix so far, but are still down in 16th place overall there. So can we make it 3 from 3 this weekend? I'm honestly just excited to race on Malaysia again on a modern F1 game. So moving into qualifying then, we might have a slight issue here. Obviously this is a mod for F1 23, for F1 2020, sorry. So it's always going to be a little bit difficult, and it is probably one of the more ambitious mods inside this game, but I literally just got set up halfway through Sector 3, so when I cross the line, I've got no idea whether it's going to start a lap or end a lap, but we might be on very, very, very good lap time here. Maybe we can't put Malaysia in this series. No, there we go. We're starting a qualifying lap. I mean, this mod is really cool, but it might just not work fantastically there, as we're seeing plenty of drivers out of the session. That might be every single one of them pretty soon. This might be a rather easy pole. Let's ignore that, and I'll take you for a lap then around the Sepang circuit. Of course, I actually debuted in Formula 1 back in 1999. So yeah, this is actually a year early for the Malaysian Grand Prix, and well, if we have too many issues with it, then maybe we can't feature it next season. Free practice, the AI were fine. They were doing laps quite happily. We didn't have any major issues, but I think when you try and quick load into like a flying lap or something, that's when it has its problems. So yeah, we'll see how this goes over the course of today's video then. But yeah, through obviously the very fast S's and then the double right-hander there at the end of Sector 2. This hairpin is horrible. Trying to get the power down in this car is no easy feat. But yeah, this place really was quite a change for Formula 1. It kind of was the first modern track there. As you can see, safety car clearly burnt my Lando's having his lunch down at the start of Sector 3. Then this corner, though, was notorious, and I found it out as well. Very, very difficult to try and rotate the car around there and get the power down on the exit of the corner. But yeah, it was actually in 1999 that Michael Schumacher returned after breaking his leg at Silverstone, so don't think we'll quite be able to mod that into this series. But as we make our way out of the final corner, will it be our very first pole position for Arrows? It's going to have a big asterisk next to it, but I think it is pole position here in... No, it's second. Who out-qualified me? Well, I must admit, that hurts a little bit there. Heinz-Harald Frentzen takes pole position by 10 seconds here for the Malaysian Grand Prix, but I guess we got a mixed up grid. Hakkinen and Coulthard are going to have to fight their way back from P15 and 16th on the grid, but I guess we've been given a bit of a lifeline here, so now we've just got to try and hang on to as many places as possible. Let's do it. Malaysian Grand Prix time.
The Formula One circus has arrived in Southeast Asia once more, as we usher in a new era and get ready to go racing here in Vietnam. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11.
Well, here we are then on the grid, ready for the Malaysian Grand Prix. The Heinz Harold Frentzen alongside me, and a huge amount of much faster cars directly behind. I think we're going to try and start this one on the soft compound tyres. Apparently, that's what the team want to do. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Ready for the GP today. But yeah, remember the Vietnamese Grand Prix? That was meant to be for 2020. If you want to know what happened to that, corruption. Corruption is your answer. But the Malaysian Grand Prix was fantastic. So let's try and see if we can survive the start here. 5 red lights. Mighty long hole, but it is lights out and away we go there. And oh no, I made the mistake of shifting up into second. You cannot shift up into second to avoid the wheel spin in this thing, as already bumping wheels with Shinji Nakano. There's Schumacher and Irvine flying down in towards turn 1. We'll try and make it back around the outside of a handful of drivers if possible. Yeah, these first couple of corners really did invite great battles at the start of a Formula 1 GP, so yeah, really not an ideal start. Those you can still see in 5th gear, the back end trying to overtake the front, but we're still inside the points. So I guess we can't be too upset there, as yeah, there's a few corners around here that are really, really difficult to try and get the power down. Irvine's gone, and we got a safety car.
We need to form up at a reduced pace.
Well, Ferrari had a huge chance today to take some points out of McLaren. What on earth has happened there? I guess for us at least, that's promoted us back up then into P4 of this GP, so not a bad start. I am tempted though to see if we can take the hard tyres to the end of the GP. The tyres last pretty well on this game, so it might well be worth it. Into the pits then we go. Don't know where the pit lane entry line is here. Oh, it's all the way down there. Right, we're just going to take it really easy. I'm going to be last anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, you can see everyone flying past me, and it was, yeah, literally just those 2 Ferrari cars that are out of this race. You might notice as well that there's a few issues with the pit lane. I'm guessing because Vietnam, you come out of the pit boxes the opposite way round to Malaysia, you can't quite fix that. So we'll try and run over as few people as possible down this pit lane. But yeah, we are going to re-emerge then in last place, ready for the restart. But can we take these tyres a good 25 laps? Well, restarting this race in at the back of the field alongside Jacques Villeneuve. Yeah, safety car about to peel back in. We are the only car that is planning on trying to get to the end of this GP from here. But, I mean, yeah, we could very easily see another safety car before this race is over, which could completely mix back up the strategy. But we saw last time out, of course, the AI very, very hesitant off of a restart. So, looks like they're being a bit better behaved today. But I think, yeah, we're probably going to spend... Whoa! Safety car's on the track! There might be some small issues still with this mod. We got contact up in front as well as Fisichella and Villeneuve bang wheels down at turn 1. We've already seen with the Ferraris today, and you can't really do that all too much. But we're ahead of Marc Genet now and my teammate De La Rosa, so I guess we can't complain too much. One of the things I have learned in this mod, though, is that around this track, there's a lot of yellow flags in places when nothing's happened.
The virtual safety car is out.
And now we've got a virtual safety car as well. Don't think anyone's retired, though. I'm hoping that today doesn't end up becoming just a race of safety cars and virtual safety cars. But yeah, we have now got green flag racing once again. AI, though, because the grid is so mixed up, they are staying pretty well bunched up here. I've got no idea what the McLarens are doing or where they are. I can only assume they are fighting their way through, especially as their only real rival, Ferrari, is already out of the Grand Prix. What on earth's happening down here? The AI are 3 wide as we make their way through the hairpin, but of course, yellow's out. No one can really do anything. We might have to drop this track back off the calendar next season. It's all I'm going to say. Nice run, though, on Fisichella as we make our way up into the final sector. Oh, Fizzy! You can't do that, and he's out of the Grand Prix. Fisichella there turned in whilst I was down his inside and is out. This is what I mean about the damage model. I'll keep going on about it whilst it keeps happening. Fisichella there, we were down his inside. I mean, we were wheel to wheel with him, and he just decided he was going to keep turning. And, well, he's taken himself out of the GP, and we're very lucky that we're still running. Well, I'm going to try and do everything within my power to lessen the carnage that is this Grand Prix at the moment, as John Alesi struggling at the front of this little train now. See Magnussen and Schumacher going side by side. Jacques Villeneuve is going to make it 3 wide, but there's Jos Verstappen as well. So many drivers battling it out that all have fellow family in and around the world of Formula 1, as we'll go around the outside of Verstappen then, who's clearly picked up some front wing damage there. Lucky not to lose a wheel. But yeah, this is one of the oddest races I've ever done in my life. Well, here comes Jacques Villeneuve though. Matt Williams is slowly but surely moving his way back up the order. And yep, Jacques will say thank you very much before we get into turn 1. Oh, Ricardo Rosset! Big moment there by Rosset, who almost turns back in on Magnussen through turn 1 and turn 2 there. And now both of the Jordans are up into the points in this Grand Prix at 1/3 distance. Jordan, of course, still yet to score a point this season. I think the safety car's on the track again. Is that the safety car? It is! Oh no! What is the safety car doing? Bert Mylander has clearly decided that he wants revenge on someone.
Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
Well, the safety car has turned into a danger car then in this race. I've got... Yeah, no, we can't race Malaysia anymore in this series, but this is hilarious to do just once. But Bert Mylander has gone rogue. Frentzen and Wirtz, though, side by side just in front of me as we make our way through the final corner. Oh, Wirtz has had him! Wirtz has taken out Heinz-Harald Frentzen! He just didn't give him any space. And you can see riding on board then with Jacques Villeneuve in towards the final corner. Frentzen locks up and wants to try and pit there. And Jacques Villeneuve just nowhere to go. And he is yet another casualty in this Malaysian Grand Prix. Mika Hakkinen then is now up into P4 of this race with a 5-second penalty. But what scares me more than that is Shinji Nakano is running P2 and seems to be David Coulthard's only competition here. Well, we're just 12 drivers left in the running then. Things have started to calm down a little bit more. My only guess is because, well, no one's really near each other anymore on the racing circuit. I've got a 5-second penalty for illegal blocking. On who? What? Right, okay, we might have to let Hakkinen by here. Hakkinen has also got a 5-second penalty. So I don't quite know. Everyone apparently has 5-second penalties, with the exception of our top 2. But I didn't have blue flags, I didn't have anything like that. We've lost another one. I think that's David Coulthard out of the Grand Prix. Oh no, the safety car's still out on the track, and David Coulthard, well, clearly tried to take one for the team there, and DC is out of this race. We can never race on Malaysia again. But what that does mean is Shinji Nakano has now taken the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix here. This has been a failed exercise at bringing back Sepang to its former glory. The other thing I'm worried about, of course, is that we still have Hockenheim to do. That's not till the end of the year, but yeah. Oh no, will the AI be able to find a way around that safety car? It looks like one of them has. And I think Shinji Nakano is about to give... Oh no, Hakkinen's gone! Oh no! Mika Hakkinen is out of the Grand Prix there, and I've got to try and find a way through, as now we take the lead of the GP away from Shinji Nakano. So up into P1 we go. We're down to just 10 runners here in Malaysia. Yeah, that thing I said a couple of laps ago about how maybe it calmed down. Clearly, if Bernd Mylander's still doing laps, it's not going to get any better between now and the end of this GP. But we are now leading. It's myself, Shinji Nakano, and Ricardo Rosset that are our current top 3, with Marc Genet and De La Rosa running around for good points as well. It is literally the battle of the backmarkers. No! Nakano's gone! Shinji Nakano! What's happened? We need to know. Oh, Shinji, come on, you've got to go round the safety car in this race. Kept his foot in, at least, to be fair to him, but Nakano out from what could have been a massive result. I think that means, yeah, we should be seeing... Oh, De La Rosa! De La Rosa's up to P2. Arrows now have got a 1-2 in this Grand Prix. I don't know what's happened to Marc Genet, but Genet and Rosset dropping down the order. Oh, no. Here's Burt Mylander once again. For some reason, I'm always finding him around this part of the track rather weirdly, but who's he got captured this time out? It's Jos Verstappen and Marc Genet. So we'll make our way back through then, and, well, now we're down to just 6 runners on the lead lap. Well, to be fair, Pedro de la Rosa is still hanging on to that P2 at the moment. He's got Ralf Schumacher. He's trying to keep it at arm's length. And he's one of the only drivers still yet to get a 5-second penalty in this GP. So, Arrows, we might genuinely be on for the miracle here, but there's still 10 laps to go of this race. And that feels like quite a long way with the afternoon we're having. Oh no, we're losing more. Ralf Schumacher's gone. Ralf Schumacher is out of the Grand Prix. We're down to just 6 left. No, De La Rosa's gone. No, my teammate is out of the Malaysian Grand Prix. 5 drivers left running this afternoon. And it's now Ricardo Rosset and Jan Magnussen that are up into the podium places then. Oh no, Wirtz is gone. Wirtz is gone. We're left with just 4. So I think it's Ricardo Rosset now that is stuck behind Burt Mylander. We're going to leave Jan Magnussen probably as the only other driver on the lead lap then in this GP. Rosset's found a way through. We'll have to go down the middle. But there we go. Yep, it's just myself and Magnussen on the lead lap. Both Tyrrells now 1 lap down. But despite that, it looks like they might quite comfortably take the most points this weekend, which would be pretty bad for us when they're one of our big championship rivals. Well, with just a handful of laps to go then, I have been thinking this, if, and it's a very big if, this has happened in real life, would have been a massive weekend for Arrows. Now, for those of you that don't know, Arrows actually holds the record for most Grand Prix entered without ever taking a victory. They raced in Formula 1, I believe it was from like the early 80s to the early 2000s. Never won a single race in that time. 20 years in the sport without a victory. Obviously, they came really close in 1997 with Damon Hill until he had, a car issue with a few laps to go, and Jacques Villeneuve took the lead of the race with like 3 laps to go, I believe. So, yeah, if we can hang on to this today, would be a massive result for the Arrows team. I think Jan Magnussen has got caught up once again behind the safety car here with just 3 laps to go of this GP. Don't do anything stupid, Jan. Just get around him when you find the space and find the time. But this move is going to mean now that we have lapped everyone in this... Jan! Has he just took himself out? He has! Magnussen! What are you doing, man? Oh, no! So now it's going to be 3 drivers left running. That's a new record after the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix. And it is literally myself and the Tyrrells running to the flag here. What was Magnussen doing? Well, on to the final lap then of this Malaysian Grand Prix. Looks like Rosset has actually jumped Jos Verstappen as well late on in the day here. So Ricardo Rosset could be on for 18 points. But yeah, words can't quite describe what we've seen this afternoon. Unfortunately, I think Malaysia is going to have to be removed from this calendar once again. However, our tyre strategy has just about worked. We have been able to stretch those tyres all the way to the end of the afternoon. But 3 drivers are going to see the checkered flag here today. We have lapped everyone in the field. And Arrows, they're going to be on for their very first Formula 1 Grand Prix victory here. I hope it's not my only one in this series, but I think it's likely to be our only one of the season. Out of the final corner, the inaugural Malaysian Grand Prix has certainly delivered. Arrows are back on, well, I say back on top, they're on top for the first time. We have scored points again.
Plenty of action here in Hanoi, a memorable race and an impressive victory. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race from the McLaren team, and I'm really happy to see them there on the top step of the podium.
Well, there we are then. We are a Formula 1 Grand Prix winner here in just our third ever start of the Ultimate Career Mode. Riccardo Rossi takes P2 there ahead of Jos Verstappen, so despite our victory, we lose 9 points to Tyrrell in the Constructors' Championship there. But you can see no one else saw the checkered flag there, so no points dished out for most of our drivers this weekend. It does, however, mean championship-wise, we're up to P3 then, so we're ahead of Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher. Get that screenshot, because I think it's going to be quite a while before that happens again there. But Coulthard still leads the way then ahead of Eddie Irvine. Riccardo Rossi is up to 6th place overall in the championship, with Jos Verstappen up and into 8th. And it just means now that it's the Jordans and Shinji Nakano that are yet to score points this season there. Constructors-wise, Tyrrell now up into P4, 1 point behind... Sorry, Tyrrell up into P3, 1 point ahead of Arrows, I should say, in the championship there. But still the gap at the top at 2 points. But yeah, I mean, how much will Tyrrell and Arrows fall by the end of the year? That's got to be the big question on everybody's mind. But yeah, we tried Malaysia inside this game. It was good fun, but unfortunately I think we might have to say goodbye once again to Sepang there. However, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon when Formula 1 returns, I believe, to Shanghai. You guys do not want to miss that. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise, and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.